Coverage you can count on. WAAY 31 News starts now. This is breaking news.
We are continuing to follow breaking news into the WAAY 31 newsroom. West Elementary School in Russellville will be closed today due to an overnight fire in the computer lab.
We're told the only room to see extensive damage was the computer lab, but there was smoke and water damage to other parts of the school. Again, West Elementary School in Russellville is closed today.
As you're waking up this morning, you're taking a live look now. These are wind chill temperatures all across North Alabama this morning. It's dangerously cold right now, folks.
And because of that dangerous cold temperatures, several school districts across North Alabama are operating on a 2-hour delay this morning.
Weather conditions already a factor in our traffic. Madison police are at the scene of a crash in the area of 565 at Intergraph Way. Police say to avoid that area because roads are beginning to ice up right now.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. It is Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Marie Waxel.
And I'm Pat Simon. A cold start to this Tuesday morning. This morning, the WAAY 31 team is monitoring conditions outside as you're waking up.
We will check in with our reporters in the field momentarily, but first let's get right over to WAAY 31 meteorologist Rob Elvington this morning with what you need to know before you head out the door.
And over the last 4 to 5 hours, we have seen sleet, we have seen freezing rain, and just plain old rain. But that is now exiting North Alabama. But we are left with the icy elevated areas. Please take it slow if you are traveling over some of those overpasses this morning. We're already seeing issues with I-565. And also, if you left your car in your driveway or on the road, you're going to wake up to a car likely covered in ice. It's going to take quite some time to clear that ice off your windshield and off the rest of your car. So you really need to give yourself maybe 15, 20 minutes extra to get that ice off your car. And we are tracking dangerous wind chills through the rest of this morning. And not just this morning, also this afternoon, even with full sunshine. So there's a look at Storm Tracker radar. You'll notice what's left of this system. The back edge is just now starting to head towards the county line of DeKalb County, also heading towards the state line into Georgia. So this is it. And you'll notice the pink on the map indicating some of that sleet and freezing rain. But over the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to see all of this now move out of our area. And take a look at our current conditions in Huntsville. The actual air temperature is 28, so that's 4 degrees below freezing. So definitely some icy spots. And look at the wind. Sustained winds out of the north at 16 miles per hour. That gives you a wind chill of 16 degrees. And heading out the door over the next few hours, full sunshine by about 9 and 10 o'clock. Just a few passing clouds. Air temperatures down to about 26. Again, please give yourself some extra time and dress for the dangerous wind chills this morning. We do have WAAY 31's Casey Albritton. She's in Huntsville right now, and she's likely seen some of the wet roads, even a few icy spots. Casey?
Yeah, Rob, I'm here on Bradford Drive right next to Holmes Avenue. And right now, the roads are pretty wet. Huntsville police sent out a message saying that these roads are icing over this morning. So be careful as you head out the door. I've been seeing cars go by. They've been driving pretty slowly just to be cautious. We also spoke to Madison County commissioners to see what they were doing to prepare for this cold. They have salt ready to go. They have snow plows ready to go, but we're most likely not going to need those this morning. And we'll keep track of the roads as we continue on this morning. Reporting live in Huntsville, Casey Albritton, WAAY 31 News.
Yeah, Casey, thanks so much. You want to keep it right here. This Arctic blast forced a number of schools to delay start times all across North Alabama.
Take a look at your screen right now. Here's a list of all of the schools delayed 2 hours. Now, some of those schools that you see include Albertville, Athens, Boaz, Huntsville, Madison, Russellville, Lauderdale County school systems, just to name a few.
Throughout the morning, you will also be able to see all of the districts operating on a delay at the bottom of your screen. You can also find a full list on our website, WAAYTV.com, and our WAAY 31 News app.
Well, we're getting a few reports of some slick spots on the roads this morning. While it's not widespread, we do want to take this time to remind you of the dangers of black ice out there. Here's what you need to know to stay safe while driving These, of course, coming from AAA. Don't tailgate. Keep a safe distance between you and the car in front of you. Remember, don't use cruise control while roads are slippery. Slow down immediately when you see brake lights in front of you, but remember, don't slam on your brakes. And if your car begins to skid for some reason, keep steering it in the direction you want the car to go. Remember, you can count on us to stay on top of these frigid conditions for you to make sure you're prepared before you head out the door this morning.
We'll continue to check in with meteorologist Rob Elvington and our news crews throughout the morning. In the meantime, before you head out the door this morning, remember, you can always download the WAAY 31 Storm Tracker weather app. There you can find current temperatures and wind chill data. Don't forget to send us your weather photos, but be safe when you take it. You can upload them through our app or email them to share@waaytv.com.
Time now, 5:05. Happening now, a man is in the Colbert County Jail this morning on attempted murder charges. The shooting happened near Tuscumbia. According to the sheriff out there, David Allen Fulkerson got into an argument over Saturday's Alabama-LSU football game. Deputies arrested Fulkerson last night. We're told the victim is in the hospital in critical condition. Happening today, 3 protesters will be in court in Huntsville after they were arrested during yesterday's Veterans Day parade.
Yeah, the 3 people on your screen are charged with disorderly conduct. The 3 staged what's called a die-in during that parade in reference to the shooting and killing of Dana Fletcher.
You're looking at Facebook Live video now from Carlos Chavar's page. You can see them walking into the street where they said they staged a die-in for a few minutes.
Those protesters say a police officer told them to get up, and shortly after, the 3 were arrested.
We didn't believe that it was illegal, and still, you know, the court will allow the court to decide what was illegal or not.
According to the ACLU of Alabama, they say any protest that requires a street closure requires a permit. The 3 still do not believe they did anything wrong. All 3 of them said they'll plead not guilty in court later on this morning.
Well, for the first time, we're now hearing from the family of the man shot and killed by Madison police since that deadly shooting in front of Planet Fitness.
It happened last month. Dana Fletcher's wife and sister spoke to WAAY 31 after a news conference with civil rights attorney Ben Crump. The family said that they want answers and they want the police body camera video released to see what happened.
But I was there. And the only thing I have to say is release the tapes, so everyone can know the truth. Because I know the truth.
The family's attorney, Ben Crump, said that he's planning to file a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Madison and police department. Right now, we don't know when that lawsuit could be filed.
In the wake of the shooting, several people have called for the police body camera video of that incident to be released.
Under Alabama law, none of those agencies involved in the case have to. For a deeper look at the state's body cam laws and what comes next in this case, head on over to waaytv.com.
And we are worried about those elevated areas this morning. Again, hearing of this crash on I-565 westbound. This is in the city of Madison, right at Intergraph Way. So it's right in this area. So again, some of these elevated areas getting just enough freezing rain and sleet in the overnight hours. And now with temperatures down into the 20s, seeing some icy spots. So please give yourself some extra time. Again, all that rain and ice, it's quickly racing off to the east. We are just about done. You'll notice that the back edge now off to the east into Georgia and now just crossing over the DeKalb County line. And now that we're done with the precipitation, we're left with, again, the dangerously cold conditions. Winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour through the rest of this morning. We've seen some gusts around 38 closer to Florence, but this wind advisory in place through noon today. And even after it expires, it will still be chilly through this afternoon and into this evening. We may see the actual air temperature get above freezing this afternoon, going with 33. Clear skies, sunny conditions, but been gusty conditions through the rest of today. Look at the wind chills. Again, we're going to hit 33 right around about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon. Subtract about 10 degrees for the wind chill, so closer to about 22 degrees for the wind chill. So please grab that jacket, the scarf, the ear warmers. You do not want any exposed skin if you are spending time outdoors today. Back to you.
5:09 right now on your Tuesday morning. This morning we're seeing bitter cold temperatures across North Alabama, as Rob was just talking about.
Coming up, we'll check in with our crews spread out in the field to get a closer look at current road conditions as you get ready to start your Tuesday morning commute.
Plus, the oldest living president is back in the hospital. What surgery Jimmy Carter is expected to have later on today.
Coverage you can count on. WAAY 31 News starts now. This is breaking news.
A very busy Tuesday morning, 5:29 right now. Breaking news into the WAAY 31 newsroom. West Elementary School in Russellville will be closed today, November 12th, due to a fire in the computer lab.
The fire department was able to quickly contain that fire. We're told the only room to see extensive damage was the computer lab, but there was smoke and water damage to other parts of the school. Again, West Elementary School in Russellville will be closed today. You're taking a live look right now at current wind chills in North Alabama. You can see it is dangerously cold on your Tuesday morning.
All right, parents, several school districts are operating on a 2-hour delay because of this. You can see all these districts impacted at the bottom of your screen.
And Madison police are still at the scene of a crash in the area of I-565 and Intergraph Way at this hour. Police say to avoid the area because roads in that area are beginning to ice. Good morning and thank you for joining us. It is Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Marie Waxel.
And I'm Pat Simon. A bitterly cold start this Tuesday morning as the WAAY 31 team is monitoring these conditions outside as you're waking up, including continuous traffic updates.
But first, let's go ahead and bring in WAAY 31 meteorologist Rob Elvington in our Storm Tracker Weather Center with what you need to know before you head out the door this morning. Rob?
And we are done with the sleet, the freezing rain, and just the plain old rain. It has now moved out of our area. It's now moving into Georgia. But we are left with what it dropped in the overnight hours. And we do have some icy elevated spots this morning. And as we zoom in a little bit closer, we were still seeing a little bit of sleet and freezing rain in DeKalb County in the last 10 to 20 minutes. But that has now moved off to the east. But again, we are concerned because temperatures are well below freezing for many spots and will continue to be below freezing through the rest of this morning, maybe all the way through the rest of today. It's going to be close to see if we even get above freezing by the middle of this afternoon. So please, please, please take it slow over the elevated areas. You're able to get that cold air underneath the bridges that allows for some ice to form compared to the rest of the roadways. And we're also concerned about the cars. All these cars that were left out on your driveway on the roadways this morning, we're going to wake up to a sheet of ice because of the freezing rain. So it's going to take maybe 15-20 minutes to get that ice off your windshield and the rest of your car. It is dangerous to drive with that ice on your car, even if you clear out a little spot so you can see. And of course, dangerous wind chills, gusty winds. Those kids need the jackets this morning. You'll also notice that we're seeing a little bit of fog that has developed on the backside of this system. We've got still a relatively warm ground with all that moisture, and then you have the very cold air loft moving in. So think of it as maybe like a steam fog. You got a warm lake with cold air moving in. You can sometimes see that steam coming up. 28 degrees right now in Huntsville. Winds out of the north at 16 miles per hour. Look at the wind chill though, 16 degrees. That's what it feels like. And heading out the door this morning, we're tracking temperatures, and these are air temperatures right around the mid to upper 20s. And we're back to full sunshine by 9 and 10 o'clock this morning, but it will be dangerously cold even in the afternoon. And plenty more to talk about, especially tomorrow morning. But first, let's head over to the city of Madison. WAAY 31's Rodney Ross is out there this morning. We're tracking, of course, some elevated icy areas and even dealing with a crash this morning. Rodney?
Right, so Rob, as you've been saying, you need to make sure that you leave out at least 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes early this morning because the roads are starting to get icy. Now, I am over off of Madison Boulevard and Intergraph Way, and on the 565 overpass at Intergraph Way, there is a crash. They've been here for about 25, 30 minutes now, and I can tell you that traffic is all the way backed up on 565. Again, this is heading westbound. I can see the traffic all the way back for as far as I can see, and I still see police cars up on the overpass monitoring this area. If you do have to travel through this area, you may want to take another route or again leave early enough to give yourself some time, and you want to slow down when you're on the road. Some of their roads are still wet. There are some slick spots. Black ice could be a concern, so you want to make sure that you're paying attention and taking your time and giving yourself enough space in between yourself and the car in front of you so that you can stop if you need to. Reporting live in Madison, Rodney Ross, WAAY 31 News.
Rodney, thank you so much. Good advice there. Also, there's a report of some icing on Research Parkway. Our own Casey Albritton is headed to that scene right now. We'll check in with her in just a couple of moments. In the meantime, the forecasted weather has already caused a number of schools to announce late starts for this morning.
Go ahead and take a look at your screen right now. Here is a list of all the schools that are delayed 2 hours. They include Boaz City Schools, Russellville City Schools, Scottsboro City Schools, Decatur, Huntsville, Madison, and more.
So throughout this morning, you will continue to be able to see all of these districts operating on a delay at the bottom of your screen. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency is reminding you to prepare for winter weather. EMA officials say everyone should make sure the pets and sensitive plants are indoors. If you haven't done this, do so right now. They also recommend you cover any exposed pipes and let a small stream of water just run through your faucets so your pipes don't freeze. The Madison County EMA says it doesn't think traffic will be impacted for the commute today, although we are seeing some issues so far this morning. Now, we're staying on top of this dangerous cold weather all this morning, so make sure that you're prepared before you head out the door. And we'll continue to check in with meteorologist Rob Elvington and our crews in the field throughout this morning.
And before you head out the door this morning, remember, you want to go ahead and download the WAAY 31 Storm Tracker weather app. With our app, you can check it throughout the day to get the most up-to-date temperatures and wind chill temperatures in North Alabama. You can even send us your photos, but please keep safety in mind when you do so. You can download the app for free for both Apple and Android devices.
We have some other news headlines today. Happening today, the Limestone County Board of Education is set to discuss what type of superintendent that they want. The Alabama Association of School Boards is helping in on that search. They will present the results of a community survey at the Board of Education meeting. That is set to start at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Today, the Limestone County Sheriff is set to appear in court for the first time for the 13-count indictment against him. Sheriff Mike Blakely's arraignment hearing will be at the Limestone County Courthouse at 1:30 this afternoon. The hearing was pushed back due to a previously scheduling conflict for his attorney. On Friday, motions to dismiss the charges against Sheriff Blakely were denied. Happening today, the man on your screen is scheduled to be in court later today in Morgan County. Bernardino Matias is accused of brutally murdering Tiana Rico. Matias was captured in Knoxville and then extradited back to Morgan County. Also happening today in Morgan County, Caleb Gillespie is set to appear in court as well. Now, if he looks familiar, it's because he escaped from the Morgan County jail and went on the run with a teen from Lawrence County. He is charged with escape and he's set to go before a judge today.
5:36 right now. A family is asking for help after they say someone stole a memorialized bench honoring their late father and military veteran. This bench was located at the Aldridge Creek Greenway in Hampton Cove area. The family told us that their father died 14 years ago yesterday. He visited the Greenway often.
Thought it would just be the best way to memorialize him by providing a place for runners and bicyclers and walkers to rest during those really hot days.
The family told WAAY 31 they have no idea who might have taken that bench. They say no one has tried to steal it before.
And the actual precipitation has now exited off to the east. So we're done with the sleet, the freezing rain, and the rain, but it is still slippery out there, especially for elevated areas. And it will still be dangerously cold through the rest of this morning. And we are expecting those winds still to gust up to around 40 miles per hour all the way to about noon. That's when that wind advisory expires for today. But even after it expires, still some gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour. So we could still see some downed tree limbs and branches, and we could even see some more power outages. So again, keep in mind heading out the door this morning, we're not only concerned about the icy roads, but also two hands on the steering wheel with those gusty winds. Here's how we've done so far since midnight. We've seen some gusts right around 32 miles per hour in Huntsville, 25 in Scottsboro, 26 in Fort Payne, 26 in Guntersville, a gust of 31 degrees in Fayetteville here just in the last few hours, 32 in Decatur, and right around 30 in Russellville. And look at this. This is the wind chill forecast heading all the way through the rest of this morning into this afternoon. Highs may make it up just above freezing today, right around 33 degrees, but you can subtract about 10 degrees off of that for the wind chill, right around 22 at 2 o'clock. And that's with full sunshine. We're expecting sunny skies later this morning and into this afternoon. And here's a look at the forecasted wind gusts. Still some gusts around 30 miles per hour around 10 a.m., starting to drop off down below 30 miles per hour. But even by this evening, with temperatures down into the mid-20s, we're going to still see some gusts around 22 to 25 miles per hour. You really need that jacket heading out the door this morning. And then tomorrow morning, that's some dangerous, and that's air temperatures. Look at that, 19 degrees for tomorrow morning. Please protect those exposed pipes on your Wednesday morning.